File and remove the shine off. And can you see how close I'm going there? But I'm not obviously doing any damage to the cuticle. And does that hurt, Jess?
No.
Does it feel funny?
Feels nice.
See? And you see how close I got, Cynthia?
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt. And so that's it. We're just removing the shine.
Good work.
Perfect. Okay, you can start recording now.
How does that feel, Jess?
You can go back a little bit more, Cynthia. Yeah. See?
Does that feel good?
Yeah. And doesn't hurt. And then when you want to go down, flip this to the side facing you. Yep. And then go down.
Oh, like that?
Yep. And see how, because I found with that piece, that's what you need to do to obviously get the buff off, the shine off. Because it's a longer drill bit.
Yeah.
And it just takes time and you'll figure it all out with that. So like obviously when you're pressing down, see how it flattens and that's fitting perfectly?
Yeah.
You don't want to go like smaller and it's like this. You know, only a half on the nail. Like if you see on this side, can you see how it's not sitting in the sidewall?
Yeah.
Whereas this one, when you put it on with the glue and it sits flush in there, it's not hanging over, it's not too short.
Yeah.
That's what you need. So then we obviously go on with the glue, just a little bit of glue. The glue comes out slowly. And I just push it around so that it covers all of the nail. And we go on, we don't have to press too tight, but just enough pressure there. Jace, get out of my bag please, buddy. It's a baby card. Oh, that's the lambs. Look at you two, like, all like, oh, the little lambs. And see, then it's on there.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Is it recording?
Oh, we can probably turn it off now.
Oh, that's way too big.
Yeah. We got that on recording.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
Thanks.
Yep. So, can you go back to that? And before we put glue on, show me how you're pressing on it again, like when you were measuring it. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I was making sure that you were putting enough pressure. So, yeah, perfect. That much pressure.
Oh, whoopsies.
And then after we'll go into the whole gluing, the step-by-step on cutting.
Sorry, just a bit of glue, you know. Is that right? Like the angle?
Yeah. So you want to just press it down a little bit more on the natural nail, so lifting her natural nail up. Yep, so you want to hold the tip down towards you. Yeah, perfect. So then remember when I was saying that we want to make sure that the nail is completely adhered, so there's no gap, because otherwise the water's going to get under and you're going to lead to fungal infections. Perfect. Having. Okay.
You're recording.
Perfect.
It's so fucking hard to get. Sorry I'm getting a video.
Yeah, alright. Sounds good. Yeah, because you just got to get the rough shape, and then obviously we go in and file them at the end.
Yeah. Alright, that'll do until we file it.
Yeah.
I'll do that one.
Yeah, you can do that one now. That one should be dry. Yep, so what I would do is come in on the angle from here and cut that way, like across, so then you sort of get an X at the top. Yep.
Maybe I shouldn't have done it.
No, that's good.
I got like this little lip here. I'll just follow.
Yep, and then just keep going up, and then you go on your other side. Perfect. Just practice. You'll get the hang of it, like once you keep doing it. Line off the extension.
Oh yeah, I didn't even.
It's okay.
Your phone case is cute.
Oh, thanks. I got it when I got like from Telstra.
It's cute. It matches Cindy's nails.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So, and that's not hurting or pulling on you or anything, is it, just?
Yep.
So you don't have to be too gentle or anything like that. And I mean, if you really wanted to perfect that shape now, you just come in with that file. See?
Beautiful.
A little bit there. You become a real perfectionist.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's going into prime. So just put it on the back. And obviously we've cleansed the nail, so we know that there's no nasties on the nail. So therefore we're not passing anything on. You don't have to do it on the tip, but you can if you really want to. You know, like we were saying with your clear. If you wanted to just do the clear on the whole extension and have the see-through bit. Beautiful. So I'll get you to buff this one and take all the shine off the nail tip, and then I'll get you to shape it just so I've got it on video. And then you can just do the rest of them in that same steps. And remember, so this little bit here, see how it's like different? Yeah. Keep it on that angle and file that way. Hold, but you need to hold down the nail as well. Yeah, perfect. What do you use to edit all your videos?
I use Facetune, and then I use another one. I can't remember what it's called. I have to show you.
Like to edit, like to put them all in?
What do you mean?
Like to video, sorry, not your photos.
To do a video?
Yeah.
Oh, with my makeup ones, I use something on the laptop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But you can just use Viva Video on your phone.
Oh, okay.
What shape did you?
It out. So I rounded up the tips on the end. because this is like a thinner brush, we do have to get a bit more liquid on it. If you're using the fatter brushes, you don't.
What's tomorrow doing now? When we should leave?
I don't know.
How old is she?
22 this year. She just turned 22.
Wow, that one happened quick. Is she studying or working? Or just at the last minutes?
She's studying like childcare.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And she's just finishing that now. I think she's like doing like her what's it called, like your placement? No.
Yeah, placements.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, like doing all of that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, in childcare, you can do your work placements. Like, if you work in childcare, you can do your work placements while you're working, so the hours contribute.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ashley did that. In nursing, you can't do that.
Oh, really?
Nope.
So we've just done all, like, we just done the back cuticle and everything like that.
Jeez.
I forgot you were recording.
Yeah.
It's all good.
That's why I was like whispering.
Sorry, Jess.
It's all good. Doesn't matter, like, but this is what individual training is, obviously. We're still on the job learning, but we're obviously going to have conversations. So I just backfilled that little bit there with that reverse method to show you like what we did on the other tips.
Yeah.
But see, because Jess does have like a wider nail bed, you do have to do so many beads because you do have a small brush, whereas if you did have the thicker brush,
It'd be good for fat fingers, like what?
yeah, pretty much, yeah. You can pick up a bigger bead and cover more surface area. So let's clean the brush out a
I
little
should
bit.
see her feet. They're so cute. Haven't seen those suckers in a while.
Alright, you can turn that off now.
So dodgy.
Practice makes perfect.
I'm just finding sorry.
I think you need to put more on your brush and you're dipping it on that wrong angle. So you're dipping it straight on instead of like on the side, like
I think that was
in
a
the
bit too
presentation.
wet. Yeah.
What is like while it's like it's a bit more runny now, like that's good while you're training because it's giving you more time.
Yeah.
But obviously if it's too wet, the acrylic's not going to set as hard.
Oh my god.
So what angle?
Oh my
Like
god.
that? Or like that?
Yep, like that. So going on that angle. Perfect. But hold on, I'll show you again. So wipe that off, wipe that ball off. So dipping. I'm doing this left-handed. Wipe the excess off. You want the side that's wet and you want to pick it up like that. So most of your bead is on the bottom.
Yeah.
And now you can apply.
Josie twitching your thumbs. Getting too excited over again.
Over the little goat next off. Yep, so wet it, yep. Perfect. Now place the ball just about here. Yep. Now push it back, yep, to where you want it to be. With the cuticle, yep. And using the tip of your brush, yep. And remember you want it to be a patting technique. Yep. Perfect. See how your acrylic molds better when you're patting it?
Yeah.
And then you want to pat and drag it towards the middle of the nail. Yeah. Perfect. Now go back to the other side, and on the angle, just remove anything from the side wall. Yeah. And then on this side as well. Perfect. How do you think that one went a bit better?
Yeah, a bit better.
Yeah. Yep, you can pause it, and then I'll do on the... So I probably should talk throughout it. Yeah. So just coming in on those same angles like before when we were getting to get that perfect shape.
Yeah.
And still just the same posture, holding that nail down. Not too firm, but enough so that you can get in on those angles. And then that same book that we showed you in the presentation, brush filing down, across, and then down on that angle as well. And once you do get the, get down pat on your building of the acrylic, you won't need to spend as much time filing. Yeah.
I feel like the more you need to do, the luckier it gets. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, because you're getting another bead, another bead, another bead. Well, that's the thing, like that fatter brush may work better for you. You won't know until you try. And that's not pressing or hurting you, is it, Jess?
No, it's fine.
Beautiful. And always remember to come up like on that angle too, Cynthia.
Yeah.
So that way, like if you did have any acrylic, you're going to take it out like that. Even you have to do that with your gel. Because otherwise it's going to feel annoying when it's like near on the skin. It's going to like move and you're going to feel the pressure and stuff. So you always have to be mindful to do that as well. And just on that same angle. Make sure that it's in line with the way their finger goes. Like you want to always make sure. So you're checking that as you're filing as well, that it's obviously in line like that. And then obviously that's the way we look at it, but the clients look at it from that way. So turning it like that and making sure that it is perfect. So I need to come in on this angle and just fix up those little areas as well. But you know that you can flip it around, and that's what you need to work on, that little area. And then that way if you can check, you're double checking the length as well, making sure that they're all even. That one's a little bit shorter.
Such a nice shape.
It is, and it really suits her hands. You know that you filed everything. Perfect.
Yeah, because he doesn't pull his tail yet.
And remember what I said about going in on that angle as
I always
well?
forget the angle.
Yeah. So yeah, perfect. and bring it under as well. So flip it like that. So see how it's going to get any of those little rough bits there? That's perfect. So if any acrylic's fallen, it's getting it out from underneath the nail. And you have to do that with gel as well. That's the last thing I even do with even a gel polish. Is just filing that little bit underneath their nail. So that way if anything's run, you get it out, because there's nothing more annoying. Perfect. Oh yeah, he just did a spew.
Nice. Here we go.
Yeah, that's perfect. And now check it on the other angle to see how you're going, on which side you need to shape more.
It's pretty straight.
And then turn it around, as in it's a client's perception. I mean, once you get the practice, you'll know it, and you'll just do that as the final step. But while you're still practicing, it's good to just keep doing that on every finger.
Yeah. And then on
Perfect.
top.
And then on top, yeah.
That one's pretty good. Did you do that one or did I do that one?
No, you've done that one. This is all your hands. Yeah. So remember the technique on going down on the strokes? Perfect. Like on the presentation, yeah. Yeah.
Do I go like on that sort of angle?
Yep, so yep, so then go down instead of rubbing, go down. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, and that's going to get, when you need to get the excess off faster, that's going to get it off faster, and that's going to give you the nice curve that you're after. Perfect.